You asked for it. So here it is, our top 10 fantasy rookies for the 2018 season. We're just going to kind of go through who we think the top 10 are. They do kind of fit with where the ADPs are currently, but that's just where the value is at. We kind of agree. So we'll go through each one. But before we get into it, Mr. Nameco.
Hey, if you don't have our draft guide, you download our draft guide. Check it out. Link is in the description. And guess what? We update it all the time. So when somebody gets hurt, we're going to make the adjustments. And we'll try to do it like immediately. But in the videos, we can't update the videos when something happens. So if you're looking at our video and somebody's hurt and we didn't say he was hurt, guess what? It's because when we shot it, he wasn't hurt. But it'll be updated on our cheat sheet.
You got all that? The number one rookie. There's no surprise here. Mr. Saquon Barkley, cousin Saquon. He's going right around the 6th pick right now. When we shot our projected top 10 way back in March, we put Barkley at 10. And I remember we were like, should we put him in there? Like, should we put him at 10?
I'm telling you, I think in the video we're like, I wouldn't be surprised if he moves up to 6.
Well, but it's still just, we weren't quite sure yet. But
I understand we weren't quite sure,
point,
but I think I said he's going to end up being at 6.
Well, I don't think we did. But we can, hey, it's on video. We can go back and see who's right. It's probably
we'll
me.
See.
But, I mean, all they got out there is Jonathan Stewart. I mean, it's clear that Barkley is going to be the man out there. And with all those weapons healthy, that could be a very solid, well-balanced offense. We see no reason why you shouldn't be excited about Barkley as a first-round pick. And again, he's up to around the 6th pick. Kind of crazy.
Potentially the steal of the real NFL draft is Mr. Geiss for the Washington Redskins. He's currently going to pick 35, which is earlier than he went in the NFL draft. And the reason he slipped in the NFL draft was because of maturity issues and all this other stuff. Well, all that's happened is he's been, excellent at training camp, great team player, showing up early, already knows the playbook front and back. Everybody loves him, so all that stuff seems good to go. And Chris Thompson's already said he's not 100% comfortable yet coming off the injury. All that this means is he looks like he's going to be a bell cow. And without that weird whatever was going on to make him slip, everyone had him as the second best talent. So Geiss could be really good.
Moving up the draft board.
I think he's right at 35. I think I'd be happy to take him there.
Right now. You might have to take him at 30 here in a couple weeks. Our number 3 rookie that we think off the board is Rashad Penny, and I know all the...
Dustin Carson's starting. That's so stupid.
All the Carson reports. I mean, so he's going right around the 42nd pick right now. That'll probably go up pretty quick, probably about the 50th pick or so with all these Carson reports. And Carson did look good last year when he was healthy. I mean, he is a strong runner. He's a physical runner. So there is a very good chance that Carson could end up being the lead back out there, but it's going to be somewhat of a split. They didn't draft Penny just to keep him on the sidelines.
They took him in the first round.
I mean, I think it will be 70-30, 60-40, but we don't really know who's going to get the 70 or the 60, and we don't necessarily know who's going to get the goal lines either. So it's still a good offense. It's still going to be a lot of points on that offense, and I would still take Penny well over Carson. So I don't really, unless we get some very definite information, and obviously we'll see what happens in the preseason, until further notice, Penny still needs to go in front of
Right,
Carson.
but this early too, when has it ever been like, oh, the rookie's automatically the starter?
Well, they're gonna make him earn it.
Yeah,
and
which they should.
Penny's numbers in college, absolutely absurd. The guy's legit.
All right, Sony Michele, in college, he was splitting carries with Nick Chubb, 1,227 yards and 16 touchdowns while splitting carries. So the New England Patriots looked at that and said, you know what? We're going to go ahead and grab him.
In the first round.
In the first round. And then all the fantasy community said, dang it.
Why do you have to go?
Why? You're the Patriots. I really want to like him. I really do. And he's going around pick 55. I really wish it was pick 70 because 70 seems perfect to me. But with Burkett out there and White out there, it's just know this is a boomer bust risk reward for the season and probably week to week because that's just how the Patriots roll. But right now, we do like the potential upside of Sony Michele, who's going to be on a very obviously high-powered offense.
And that's why he's over Ronald Jones. We really do like Ronald Jones, but you cannot like his situation nearly as much as Sony Michel's, just in terms of upside. Now, I know it's a mess in terms of owning a New England running back, but the upside on that offense versus the upside on the Bucs offense is very different. So that's why we have Ronald Jones just barely below Sony, and that's the ADP is the same. They're both right around the 55th pick. But it's tough out there in Tampa because they do have Barber, they do have Sims, and they do have Rodgers. We'll see if they all end up being on the final roster. But they're not terrible running backs. So, I mean, he does have some competition for touches. I do think he will be the lead guy in terms of getting the most touches. But that offense, we're worried about the first games with not having Winston. They didn't look all that good last year. We're just worried about that offense. That's why we have Jones at this spot.
All right, next, going around pick 62 is Royce Freeman. And he's slowly been dropping. There was a lot of hype with him a few weeks ago. And by the way, we had said, hey, we kind of like Booker. There's a chance out there. Booker's still young. And it turns out that Booker's looks pretty good in practice. He's picking up the pass protection very well, and Freeman's not doing that so well. So all of a sudden, there's a lot of committee talk out there, and I know it's similar for Penny and Carson. However, we just think that there's a good chance with Booker that he could be kind of the lead guy, and there's probably more of a committee situation probability in Denver, where with the new offense coordinator in Seattle, it's going to be a run-heavy offense. We'll see how that happens in Denver. So Royce Freeman's been going down a little bit. Around pick 62. Right now it's a little rich for my blood, to be perfectly frank. But again, we like him more. We like him less than Jones and more than
Kerryon Johnson is the next guy. Number 7 on our list with the Lions. And I think we all secretly want the Lions to find their running back.
Come on.
I mean, it seems like an endless search going back many, many years for them to find any type of decent running back that lasts more than just a season or two. But they still have Abdullah out there. They signed Blunt, and they still have Theo for third down. So even if Johnson ends up being the early down guy, Theo's going to take over on third downs. Blunt might get the goal lines. I mean, this is just a mess. I mean, you can't rank him any higher. But he's going right around the 85th pick or so, which seems to make sense because, I mean, he's still the one that has the highest ceiling out of this group. You know, we don't really believe in Abdullah really anymore. He's had his chances. So you want him to succeed, and you know there's some potential there, but there's just too much of a mess for all the other guys out there to rank him any higher.
So it's been kind of a theme. It's been, other than Barkley and Geiss, it's kind of committees and messes and scariness, and that's no different for Nick Chubb. On the Browns, Duke Johnson, my boy, love Duke Johnson, obviously has the third down role on lock. So it's Chubb, but they also got Carlos Hyde, and Hyde's pretty good.
He's just good enough to be in the way.
It's going to be annoying. No matter what, I really feel like this will be an annoying situation. They have an improved offensive line, but it's going to be that battle, so... And I just really feel that it's going to be the Hyde and Duke Johnson show. It just feels like that's how it's at least going to start the year. Maybe if they start slipping, they'll throw Chubb in a little bit more. It's just, Pick 102, I'm okay with that, though. Pick 102, I would rather have a guy like Chubb than, you want young with upside over old and boring.
Like a Rex Burkhead or something.
Whoa. Whoa.
Yeah, you just said it. Take young with upside. Wow. At number 9, very interesting player.
How dare you, sir?
Sorry, Rex.
Burkhead's the man.
Very interesting guy here. Hines with the Colts. This guy's fast, and he is fun. But we just don't think he has the build to be an every down back. But could he be maybe a poor man's McCaffrey type player? They're already saying that he's been lining up in the slot in camp. And it's not like he has much to deal with in terms of competition. I mean, he's got Mack out there who's right now the favorite for the early down work. But we think Hines is definitely the favorite for the third down guy and, just gadgety type plays, getting the ball in his hands, see what he can do. But when he hits the hole, this guy is gone. He could definitely have some home run potential from week to week, and I think he does have sneaky PPR appeal. But it's just, there's no super high ceiling because we just don't see him as an every down back. But he is an interesting late round flyer. We got him at number 9 for our rookies.
So finally, a non-running back. And it ain't one of those early quarterback drafted, because why would we rank a rookie quarterback here? But we're going to talk about the first receiver off the board, and that was DJ Moore. Some people don't think that. Some people think it was Ridley. DJ Moore, Carolina, First receiver off the board. He's been great apparently at camp. He's got the speed. They said everything I hear that I've been reading about him. They're absolutely thrilled with him. But really, his path to playing. We always say fantasy's two things. It's your talent, but it's also your opportunity. He's probably going to say, if he knows the playbook and he masters it during this training camp, he's got nobody in his way. He's going to step in and see a ton of snaps right off the bat. And if him and Newton start connecting early, maybe he doesn't have to throw it to Greg Olsen every single time. So DJ Moore, interesting. 24th pick in the real draft, going to pick 125 right now. So he's just a flyer. And you know what? As a wide receiver, 5 is really where he's going. I think it's a good flyer.
So that's our rookies. Y'all wanted us to rank them. That's how we got them right now. But
y'all stay here.
Y'all wanted it. But this will probably change. So again, check out our draft guide as we update it throughout the preseason.
And if you do any drafts, put down where you got the rookies, because we went off a few different sites here for ADPs. I find it interesting. I think rookies' value always goes up as we get closer.
Subscribe to our channel. Hit the notification button.
Don't you want him to leave the comment? Don't you like
do
that?
What Brent said. Keep him happy. We really try to keep him happy.
Do we really try to keep me happy? Is that what we do here?